Hi friends, I made this video for you so that you can learn the topic by staying safe at home. I am Professor A.R. Shinge, working as an assistant professor at Department of Mechanical Engineering, TKIT Varnanagar. Today I am going to discuss with you a new topic from metrology and quality control. In this topic, we will discuss some theory in quality control, control charts, and problems on control charts. My lecture is divided into two parts. In first lecture, we'll discuss theory part. Second lecture, we'll discuss control charts and numerical on control charts. So this is the unit 6, statistical quality control. In short, it is also called as a SQC. So we'll discuss some theoretical part. Start with data. What do you mean by data? Generally, these are the data is nothing but it is observations available or collected from the measurement, or data is observations collected with help of measurement. So this data is having two types. First is variable data. In some of the lectures we have discussed what is variable data. And second type of data is attribute data. These are the two types of data, variable data and attribute data. So what is variable data? Variable data is a measured data. Variable data is measured data, or this data that we can measure with the help of measuring any measuring instrument. For example we can take weight of components measured in kilogram. Weight of components measured in kilograms, maybe 10 kg, 20 kg. So this is the measured data under variable data. Second example that we can take, diameter of component measured in mm. So in this example we have measured the diameter of component with the help of measuring instrument in mm. So this is the variable data, that is measurable data. Second type of data is attribute data. So attribute data is countable data. We can count the data, or it is also called as a qualitative data. So here we are not interested to measure the dimensions of the component, but here we'll only consider the qualitative data. So example is go, no go gauges, no go gauges inspection. So with the help of these gauges we can only able to understand whether the component is okay or not okay. Means here we are not interested to measure the dimensions of the component, maybe in mm or certain dimension. So this is the attribute data. Second example also we can take presence of cracks in welding. So here also in this example we are only interested to count how many cracks are there in welding operation. Next we'll discuss some techniques that are used to measure data. So these techniques are classified as graphical technique, and second technique is analytical technique. In both the techniques, we are going to discuss measure of data. Let us start with graphical technique. So here, with the help of the graphical representation, we can able to analyze or we can able to measure a data. So in graphical technique, histogram, this is the first measure of graphical technique. So what is a histogram? Generally, histogram is nothing but it is a set of rectangles which represents frequencies of values. So this histogram is a set of rectangles which represents frequencies of values. So let us take example of diameter of 9 pins measured and having a readings 1.8, 1.7, 1.8, 1.9, 2.0, 1.6, 1.8, 1.7 and 1.9. All these readings are in mm. So with the help of these readings, 9 readings, we are going to plot a graph, and that is called as a histogram. So to draw a histogram, on x-axis we'll have diameter of pin in mm, and on y-axis we'll have frequency. So one by one we'll draw it. First of all, we'll take a suitable scale on both the axes. So first reading is 1.8. So we'll just look at how many times this reading is repeated. 1.1, 1, 2, 3 means this 1.8 mm dimension is repeated 3 times. Means frequency for this 1.8 mm diameter is 3. Then next reading 1.7. So 1.7 reading is repeated 2 times. Therefore, corresponding frequency for 1.7 is 2. Next reading 1.9. This 1.9 also repeated 2 times. 1.9. And last one more reading is there, 1.6. For 2.0 the frequency is 1, and again for 1.6 it is repeated 1 time. So this is the rectangular representation for the data that we have, and this is called as a histogram. Next we'll discuss under graphical technique frequency distribution. So what is the frequency distribution? So we'll see same histogram, and if we connect these midpoints of the rectangles of histogram, then we'll have straight lines, and this is nothing but frequency distribution or frequency distribution diagram that is obtained by joining our midpoints of rectangles of histogram, and this is frequency distribution diagram. So to study more convenient way the frequency distribution diagram, we can draw a smooth curve from this frequency distribution diagram like this, and this is nothing but frequency polygon. This is called as frequency polygon, or it is also called as normal distribution curve. Normal distribution curve. This is normal distribution curve. On this normal distribution curve, we'll have this vertical line that is called as mean line, and on the other side, either side of this mean line or center line, we'll have these measures sigma, sigma. So what is the meaning of sigma? So that we'll discuss in coming part. In previous part we have discussed graphical technique in which histogram and frequency distribution curve that we have discussed. So now we'll go to next part, next technique, that is analytical technique. So to study the measure of data under this technique, so this technique will have two parts: analytical technique number 1 and analytical technique number 2. So first technique, analytical technique first. So this technique, that is analytical technique 1, it measures central tendency of data. This analytical technique first measures central tendency of data, means how the data is centralized from the mean line. So that tells us under this technique. So there are three measures for this technique. First is average, or it is also called as mean. Second, median, and third is mode. These are the three measures under measure of central tendency of analytical technique first. One by one we'll discuss this part. First is average, or it is also called as mean, indicated by x bar. So this mean or average is nothing but summation of all measured values divided by number of observations. The mean is summation of all the readings divided by number of observations. This is the mean. Then second, median. Median is nothing but it is the midpoint. It is the midpoint of observations. It is the midpoint of observations or observed values. So we'll discuss it with the help of the examples. Same example, that is measure of diameter of pins, 9 pins, that we'll consider. These are the 9 values of diameter of pins. Out of this 9 value, if you left 4 values at the left side, 4 values for the right side, then remaining value at the middle of these 9 readings, or midpoint of these 9 readings, is called as a median. The median for these values are the median for these values is 1.8. Then third measure is mode. Again, mode is nothing but it is the value with greatest frequency. Value with greatest frequency. So for this same example, the 1.8 mm dimension or this value 1.8 mm value is with greatest frequency in this example, means it is occurring 3 times in this problem. Therefore 1.8 mm is the mode for this example. In previous method we have discussed analytical technique number 1, which is measure of central tendency, mean, mode and median. These are the 3 measures for that technique. So now we'll discuss analytical technique second. Analytical technique second, it is measure of dispersion. So this technique is a measure of dispersion, means how the data is spread from the center line or how the data is dispersed from the center line, that is under this technique. So what are the measures for this technique? There are again 3 measures for this technique. First is range, standard deviation and variance. Range, standard deviation and variance are the 3 measures of analytical technique 2 or measure of dispersion. Let us see the range. It is indicated by R. So the range is, as we know, range is difference between largest and smallest values of observations. Range is difference between largest and smallest values of observations. So in the previous example here, range R is equal to x max largest, difference between largest and smallest value of observation, x max minus x min. So maximum value for this reading is 2.0. this x max is 2.0 minus x min, smallest value is 1.6, that is 2.0 minus 1.6 is equal to 0.4 mm. This is the range for this example. The next part, standard deviation. Second measure of dispersion is standard deviation. It is indicated by sigma. So it is given by this formula, sigma is equal to square root of summation of I is equal to 1 to n xi minus x bar bracket squared divided by n, where xi is nothing but the all the individual values and x bar is mean and n is number of observation. This is standard deviation. Now we'll discuss what is the use of standard deviation. So for that I'll draw frequency polygon or normal distribution curve for different values of sigma. This is the normal distribution curve having sigma value is equal to 1.5. One more normal distribution curve having sigma value 3. Another normal distribution curve having sigma value 4.5. So if you look at these 3 curves, we can easily understood that as the sigma value goes on increasing from 1.5 to 1.5 4.5 for this problem, the normal distribution curve will become flattened, means the data is dispersed or scattered from the central value. But if the sigma value is smaller, that is 1.5 for this problem, the normal distribution curve will become a narrow, means the data is central or it is near to the center. So this is the use of standard deviation. Then third measure of dispersion is variance, indicated by rho, and it is nothing but it is the square of standard deviation, means variance is equal to square of standard deviation. So this is the part of theory of quality control, and that is the end of this lecture. In next lecture we'll discuss control chart and we'll solve some problems related to control charts. Thank you.